chapter 7, verse 11. This is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings. Here, God requires the people of Israel to have sin offerings, trespass offerings, and now he comes to the matter of peace offerings. This is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer to the Lord. If he offers it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mixed with oil, unleavened wafers anointed with oil, or cakes of blended flour mixed with oil. This is really exciting stuff, folks. And it really is. And beside the cakes as his offering, he shall offer leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offering. And from it he shall offer one cake from each offering as a heave offering to the Lord, which shall belong to the priest who sprinkles the blood of the peace offering, and so on. Verse 15, the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day it is offered. And he will not leave any of it until the morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering is a vow, it shall be eaten the same day that he offers the sacrifice, and on the next day the remainder of it also may be eaten. And we get all these instructions. Verse 18, if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of the peace offering is eaten at all on the third day, it shall not be accepted, nor shall be imputed to him. It shall be an abomination to him who offers it, and the person who eats of it shall bear guilt. Person who touches any unclean thing, or who eats the flesh of the sacrifice after touching an unclean thing or is unclean, that person shall be cut off from his people. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound anything like what the theologians call the Monducio Indignorum? They have a name for everything. The eating and drinking unworthily, where one fails to discern the Lord's body. Every time the people of God come together at the Lord's table, they don't just remember something. This is not just a mental exercise. They come to the feast of the Lamb, to the sacrificial feast, where they are called to eat of the flesh of the sacrifice that has been offered once for all. All of which is foreshadowed in the peace offering of the Old Covenant, where literally, excuse me, Bob, in the sensus literalis, in the plain sense, what happened was that after the people offered the fat and the liver and the entrails that were commanded in the peace offering, after the priests offered that to God, then the flesh that was left was to be enjoyed by the people who made the offering. They participated in the feast and participated in the flesh of the victim that was sacrificed. Our Lord said, unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you will not come into my kingdom. Now, I don't have time this morning, I don't have time for the next 10 years to explore all of the issues, theological and ecclesiological, that focus on the Lord's Supper. But whatever else the Lord's Supper is, it is a sign and seal of the new covenant that Christ has made with us in his body and in his blood.